is the Rockets' I guess, mood going into this series, and the news that came out about a report that the Rockets put together based on Game 7 of last year, saying that referees cost them almost 20 points a game, even though they missed 27 threes in a row, and that's not an exaggeration. What did you think about all this story about what the Rockets are thinking about officiating? I'd love to put that in your lap to start.
First of all, Rich, the Warriors had a grueling series against the Clippers, and the Rockets were well rested going into that game. Warriors won by 4. Everybody in Houston thought the Rockets spent way too much time complaining about the officials, and it might affect them in this last game, but then it did not. And they got beat by 6, and I think that report that came out, I would imagine in this era of analytics in every sport, there are probably more examples of those, of things that they delve into it and they see a lot of things and they send it, even though it's not going to do them any good. As you know, they're trying to head it off the next time, and obviously that report didn't do any good. And, if you're going to complain about the officiating, let the coach do it after the game, get it over with, move on, and be focused. And I don't think anybody thought that the Rockets were distracted by officiating in the last loss. I mean, we're talking about going against the best team in the league, and even though they had struggled in their home court against the Clippers, they defended it successfully in their 2 games. And as you mentioned, it's a must-win. Yes, it's a must-win. They've got 2 here that have to be must-wins. They can't go down 3-0 or even 3-1 if they hope to pull off an upset that they couldn't pull off last year when Chris Paul got injured.
So, I mean, and I agree with you that the Rockets were not at all obsessed with the officiating or obsessed with it. Yeah. I mean, we could talk about distractions all day long. I mean, more of a distraction is the fact that that Harden was bleeding from his eyes. I mean, that one you could say is a distraction. But like Chris Paul celebrating a call on a 3-point shot, it just kind of gives an indication that he's playing with that usual fire, but he's also playing with this in the back of his mind, that chip with him and the officiating's on his shoulder. Is Houston and the front office and the coaching staff and the players too obsessed on this? Is that a fair question to even ask?
It's a fair question to ask after the reaction to the first game, but after the second game, I don't think so. I didn't hear any complaints here. It was not a controversy on the talk shows and on social media as it was after the first game. As you mentioned, most people were more concerned about James Harden's eyes. We've run pictures in the Houston Chronicle and on the website about how they're still red. It was an accident by Drummond. And so Harden didn't use it as an excuse because he came back. It's interesting. He and Curry both got hurt, both left, both came back, and both played pretty well. So people here are pumped about this one. They think the Rockets have a good chance to get it back. The key is, can they get both back?
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.